Hello again everyone, welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host Derailious, and today we're going to be going over a few changes on the second Foraging Alpha that is currently open on the Alpha Network. Before we begin though, I just want to say please make sure to like and subscribe down below as it really helps out the channel a lot, and use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order. It really is the best way to support the channel. Without any further ado though, let's get started. With the alpha now open, you are able to hop on and see a bunch of the changes, but I'll preface this video by saying nothing in the alpha is too different. There's no new Slayer, there's no new crazy content. What you see is what you get with the Foraging update, and we've already seen pretty much everything. First, I want to go over a change to a stat that actually is pretty interesting. Notably, they've changed out, it is Hunter Fortune now. Prior to this, it was called Siphon Luck. Basically, how Siphon Luck worked was that whenever you would siphon an attribute, you'd have a chance of getting 2 attributes for every one that you siphoned. Now, it's Hunter Fortune. Basically, it allows you to get multiple shards from every single hunt you do, so charming a monster, using hunting tools. This doesn't really change too much. The big thing this changes, though, is that now you won't be able to use, your Hunter Fortune on the attributes that you get through the refund. So the problem with that originally was that people were going to wait until they had 50 Siphon Luck, then transmute all their attributes into the new system and get way more. Now you won't be able to do that, which makes a lot of sense. Another relatively minor change to go over here is the fact that the Jade Dragon recipe is now a little bit different. If I open it up, you can see it costs 500 million coins, a shiniest which you get from Agatha for maxing out her milestones and buying it from the shop for 10 of the prizes, 100 Fig Stone, and 100 Mang Cores. It no longer requires any emeralds at all. Pretty interesting change, but nothing too crazy. Another change, which I actually don't think matters in the long run, is Tree Capitator got nerfed in terms of sweep from 35 to 25. This isn't really a big deal though, because if I hold it out and I look up my SB menu, I'm barely started out with anything in this update, and I'm at 51 sweep. If I put on actual gear for foraging real quick, there we go. This is early game armor, stuff you get super quickly. I'm at 75 sweep. The difference between 85 and 75 sweep is pretty negligible. It doesn't actually matter for much. Maybe you're getting one less log break because it's a logarithmic system. I don't think that this is a big deal whatsoever. Another pretty big and frankly good change is that Anank feathers are no longer stackable whatsoever. They have separated UUIDs. You can't stack them. This means they can't be duped, theoretically, which is really, really good. Not much has actually changed about their functionality. You may get different amounts on the alpha right now, but I don't think that that's the biggest deal in the world. They have kind of already finalized this. A few other pretty important changes. Notably, now you can actually get the flex bones that are used in a lot of the fishing net recipes. You get these from fishing in the underground sections, I'm pretty sure, back here in the back part of the tomb. Right over here, the tomb floodway area. And another pretty big change that's pretty relevant to a lot of people is Aurora has a lot more intel now. As you can see, it's pretty damn good and actually keeps up with the old way that Mana Pool worked. So if you felt like you weren't going to be getting much out of Mana Pool, well, that's not going to really be a problem for you anymore. Another change here that I kind of wanted to talk about briefly is they changed the way the throwing axe mechanic actually works. It's way more centered now. In my opinion, it's just better to actually utilize. There's also a metric ton of bug fixes. You can see them all in the forums. There is a ton of them. I will have it linked down in the description, the forum thread, so you can see for yourself everything that's going to be changing. But really, this isn't that big of a change for the alpha. Pretty much everything from the first alpha has just been ported over with some slight improvements, and it's just way less buggy. So keep that in mind. Overall, the Foraging Update Alpha, while not including a lot of new stuff, is definitely very polished, and in my view is a lot better than what we got the first time around. I think the update just looks ready, it feels ready, and it likely is ready for release next week. And frankly, it has to be, because they're not delaying it anymore. Updates in a week. Look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.